What's up, guys? SK here, and I'm just farming right now. I'm not really doing any dailies, but I am farming for materials as well as the Professor Candy drops thingies, so I can get more of those lovely scrolls from the event. But we're gonna go ahead and talk about Spires of Ascension today. Well, what we're gonna really talk about is the healers you need to make specifically for these floors. The healers that are gonna definitely get you through these floors. We're gonna give you a really good list of healers that you can use. Um, because this doesn't make sense to make more than one, to be honest. And at some point, you're going to need to make these healers regardless if you're free to play. This is definitely a free to play video. This is not a pay to win video or people that have, 5 stars out the behind video. Because not everybody has a 5-star support monster that can heal or carry them through these floors. I'm going to give you the best healers for these floors, for these spires. Blah. Starting off with fire, we're going to go into the 4-star fire Apricot Priest Chloe. So Chloe has on her S2 technically. She has an invincibility that when the invincibility hits, it's going to clear all harmful effects from the allies that are invincible. So you get a cleanse, a complete cleanse, and invincibility. That is really good. And then for S2, she raises the staff to recover the HP of the nearby allies and applies invincibility to team members and itself with the lowest, if their HP is below a certain ratio. And the recovery amount is based on HP, so you're going to build her HP, of course. Energy, 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 HP, HP, HP. Nothing really new there. We're going to go ahead and take a look at her healing threshold for her invincibility, however. I don't have mine fully skilled up yet because I haven't gotten enough epic conquerors to do so. Now, if the targets, this is at level what? So this is at level 30, level 3. So starting level 1, below, if the target's issue is below 30%, 4%, and 4 seconds of invincibility. Then it goes up to, okay. So the team member's HP is below, sorry. I was reading the bottom part, so I was like, wait, why is there 2 of them? Team member to caster, okay. So if team member's HP is below 30%, they're going to gain 4%, 4 seconds of invincibility. I keep saying percent. 4.3% at the same rate, 4.7% at the same rate, 5 seconds at the same rate. I keep saying percent. 5.5 seconds at the same rate, 5.7 seconds, up to 6 seconds of invincibility for the team members. The caster is going to go up, and it's going to go up to 8. That's really good. Like, this already goes down to, I want to believe 24 seconds, no, 30 seconds. So she gets 6 seconds of invincibility right here for a 30-second cooldown. And then they go to a low point where they're below 30% HP and you cast a heal, you're going to get 6 seconds more of invincibility. It's practically free, to be honest, if you're below that threshold of 30%. You see, that's why she's a really great healer, especially for the fire support. She's the best healer in the fire support, or that's not a 5-star, put it that way, because there's probably going to be a 5-star support healer that's a lot better. Now going into the water has a lot of good competition, and when it comes down to is survival as well as DPS. This is tied between 3 units. So when your choice comes down to it, you're gonna either choose the water Howl, water Apricot Priest, or water Guru, which is Konomiya. Now we're gonna take a look at each one of these and try to decide which one's the best above them all. Water Howl does remove a harmful effect on nearby allies and recovers their HP. Only 1 harmful effect per ally. Remember that. And then this is one thing I don't like about the Howls. They recover HP on 1 target plus themselves. And the recovery amount is based on HP. Now the 1 target plus itself is kind of just like it's gonna target the ally with the least HP, I'm pretty sure, every time. But what if the allies' HP are both low? What if your tank and your DPS also have the same amount of HP? Which one is it gonna target? Like that's the issue right there that you come up with when it comes to these Howls. So we're going to take Howl off the table. Apricot Priest. We're going to have to awaken her first. Whenever she gets hit by a critical, she gains her own shield. For her S2, that's her passive, by the way. So whenever she gets hit every 25-second cooldown, she gets hit by a critical, she gains a shield. That's I think the shield's based on her HP. She gets to remove a harmful effect and then place a shield on a target on nearby allies. So that's kind of good, right? The second skill, well, the first skill technically, she recovers HP and applies defense up if the allies have shields. So you're gonna have to go skill 3 into skill 2. Now, when it comes to removing harmful effects, it's definitely gonna be a good thing between Epicon Priest, because you're gonna get that shield that's gonna give you an extra layer of protection, and then you're gonna get that heal plus the defense up, which makes your defense and your shield better. So it's definitely, she's gonna still be in the game. We've already eliminated the Howl. Now we're gonna look at the Water Garuda, because it's a 3-star. Everybody loves the Water Garuda. It's a meta unit, definitely a meta unit. I still use mine occasionally, depending on the content, but I've used it less since I've gotten Annabelle. Now the Water Garuda, we all know the Water Garuda does a heal and removes electric shock, as well as applies mana and regen speed up to the team summoner when the effect is removed. You only get that effect when the effect is removed. So you don't go sit there counting, thinking like, I'm gonna get my mana regen speed up every time I cast a skill. You're not gonna get it unless you have electric shock. And the recovery mana is based on HP. The problem with Konomiya is a night type. That is the main problem with Konomiya. So Konomiya is going to be in the front of all your other monsters trying to tank all the damage. And that does not work well for a healer, because you need your healer to be able to heal right next to you or near you if possible. If you're in the back row, you're going to have to wait for Konomiya to come close to you and heal. I've seen it many times. I've had it happen to me many times where Konomiya was just far away enough to where one monster died because it wasn't in the circle. And then Konomiya's second skill, of course, is the one that everybody loves. First links to decrease the cooldown of team members, excluding itself. Skill is not affected by other team members' skill cooldown effect. So no other effects can affect that cooldown method. So when it comes between Konomiya and the Epicon Priest, I'm going to say the Epicon Priest has it on top. Just because the shield does give you an extra layer of defense, as well as the skill 1 giving a heal and a defense up if you have a shield. So you're going to go ahead and pop the shield, and if they lost HP, like, you're going to pop the shield first regardless. So you can get that remove harmful effect plus the shield to make sure your monster is guarded from a few attacks while you wait for the HP while you wait for the mana, so you can cast the fill, so you can heal right after that, and then gain more defense, so you can stop your monster from taking as much damage next time, and then be able to pop the shield again and repeat the same cycle. It's just a really good cycle to have. It's pretty much the same thing as the Fire Epicon Priest. The Epicon Priest wins as the best girl. My part is that I pulled her after I got the Annabelle from the season pass. So it didn't really work out, because then I pulled another Annabelle and I was just like, well, might as well not build her now. I'm wasting resources on water monsters for no reason when I have Annabelle, and my Konomiya is still fully built currently. So I might have to tear down Konomiya at some point. Konomiya is really good. It just doesn't survive end game when it comes to you needing, especially with the rage, you're gonna need cleanses, you're gonna need defense downs, and Annabelle does both. And I mean, she does it really well. Now into the wind monsters. We're gonna go ahead and talk about. We're not gonna talk about the Howl. The Howl is just not really that good for this. They recover damage based on, the Howls don't have good attack for the effect that they're trying to pull off here. So we're not going to go into the Howls. However, we're going to go into Michelle. Michelle is the Wind Epicon Priest, and she's a 4-star. She has a revive, one of the few monsters with a revive in the game. She is, I think, the only monster outside of the Light and Darks that has a revive. So that's why she is actually a really good choice. As well as the fact that when her recover ticks, it will increase beneficial effects that you currently have and decrease harmful effects that you currently have. So that's why she's competing right now. Other than Michelle, there's going to be the Wind Yeti Rakaja. Not many people know about Rakaja because they see Rakaja, they see all the other Yetis, they see Rakaja and they're like, oh, it's a knight, it's not going to be able to do anything. Rakaja has the highest heal currently, I believe. I want to say he has the current highest heal in my team. That's because my energy runes that I have on my Annabelle aren't full energy, so she's not healing at her maximum capacity. But Rakaja currently heals for like 23,000. And that's massive. It carries you through. Like my Rakaja carried me through a lot of the game before I got to end game. Before I got to the point where I'm at, I can't say end game because his heal would literally bring me back from like 10% HP to maximum HP on my Orbia a lot of times. So that's why I do heavily fund Rakaja. But between Rakaja and the Epicon Priest, I might have to go the Epicon Priest again. So that's 3 Epicon Priests across the board that are best. Now, if you don't have, you're gonna have a better chance of pulling the Rakaja, of course. So if you don't have the Epicon Priest, you're gonna want to head and go with Rakaja for the Wind Ascension, Spire of Ascension. Now, into the light. We're gonna talk about light healers. This one's kind of rough actually, because the Howl and the Epicon Priest are really good. You get the Inugami, always a good choice because it's this. Like Beladion is just it, to be honest. So Beladion has a good heal. If you're able to pull Beladion, because I haven't pulled either one of the light or dark Inugamis, and I definitely want Crow, because Crow is a monster. But Beladion has a heal, and it does increase attack speed up. Heals based on HP, so you're going to want to build an HP. All the monsters I've listed so far, you're going to want to build HP. Except for Rakaja. Rakaja, you're going to build defense, which I run him energy defense because I want the HP plus the defense. Can't just build him full defense because then if they have a monster that ignores defense, he's screwed with low HP. And then I was going to say Bellatrix. Beladion also scratches the enemy on targets to remove all beneficial effects. Decreases the skill cooldown if the attack successfully removes beneficial effects. Perfect move right here. This move is so good. I wish I had it, but I don't. So that's one of the good light healers. That's why I said this one's actually really tricky to deal with because there are so many good light healers here. Epicon Priest, once again, another reviver. Like I said, there aren't that many revivers in the game in the 3 or 4 star category, and if they are, they're in light and dark. Well, in light mostly. So she's gonna revive. She's gonna revive a dead team monster and apply invincibility and continuous recovery to the target. And then her heal is going to heal allies and then recover the continuous recovery of the target below a certain amount of below a certain ratio. So once they get healed, they're still below that certain ratio. They're going to get the recovery, continuous recovery effect, and still continue to heal over time. Owl was the other one. We don't have that awakened yet. So Shushu is actually really good. Recovers HP of nearby allies and removes all dots. Now dots are things like burns, electric shock, frostbite, poison. Those are dots, not like things like defense down, attack down, stuff like that. Those aren't considered dots. Additionally, recovers HP of the ally with the lowest HP and applies immunity to a team member with full HP. So if you have full HP because of this heal, it will apply immunity. And I hate the situational effect of that, but it's really good because of what it is. Like immunity is a really rough thing to come by in this game, especially in the 4 stars and 3 star categories. You see that they remove, because on Summers War Sky Arena, the Fire Epicon Priest actually had immunity on her invincibility, but they removed that and just made it a cleanse. So yeah, that's what happened there. Now the second skill of the hard, like I said, I don't like the target heal in this game because it's going to target the lowest monster, and if 2 monsters are tied, you don't know which one's going to target unless you like specifically have the amount of HP up. Like I don't know if you can change it from percent to like exact HP, but it's always going to be a rough time if your monsters are tied in HP. You're going to have to figure out which one's actually going to be healed. And I don't think you can actually click to change the target, so it kind of sucks that way. There was one more that had a revive that I wanted to say could be a target. This one. There we go. Oh yeah, and Tion. I forgot about Tion completely. She has a revive, but that's about it. She doesn't do anything else besides revive. She does damage. She does burn, but that's it. She doesn't do anything besides that. Um, she can revive twice, but that's it. Like she doesn't do much else besides reviving, so she doesn't really count in the grand scheme of things. Tion, however, which I did forget completely, I do have him, but I forgot about him. He revives. He's pretty much cool me with a revive minus electric shock. So Tion's going to recover the HP of nearby allies and revive a dead team member. It decreases the cooldown of this skill if there's no team members to revive. Skill 2 is going to go ahead and reduce the cooldowns of skills of team members excluding itself. So no Tion recovery on that side. I mean, no Tion skill decrease on that side. But when it comes down to all of them, like if you're going to make your choice, you know what I'm going to say already, right? You already know what I'm going to say. The Epicon Priest is going to be top. But we got a 3-star ticket, I believe it was. Yeah, we got a 3-star ticket previously. And you had a choice to make between a light and dark monster if you were playing at that point. You're always going to have a higher chance of getting the light or dark 3 stars because 3-star monsters just pop off more. Even in the light and dark scrolls. So if you have Tion, use Tion. Tion's going to be the perfect healer for that. If you have Iona, however, run Iona. It's really honestly in the light and dark. It just depends on what you have. Depends on what you have. Sorry, my voice went out right there for a second for some reason. But it's just going to depend on what you have, really. The Howl, it's a really good monster. It's a really good monster. If you have it, use it. It just depends on what you have. To be honest, like I said, there's no good answer for the light and darks. Besides, if you have it, use it. The dark is different than when I say light and dark. I mean can like together, but the dark is just not that same level. The dark Garuda does not heal. It does not care about your life. It wants you dead regardless. No, the dark Garuda does not heal at all. It does nothing for the support side. It is an assassin actually. There are no supports in the 3-star section or darks. That's bad. Like there's nothing. Like you're out of luck on that part. So if you want a support monster that heals in the light or dark, in the dark section, you're gonna either go Basalt or you're gonna go Epicon Priest. I think Howl has a heal too. Yeah, Howl has a heal. I don't like this Howl though. I really don't. Attacks the enemy and transfers all of its harmful effects. So and then it removes harmful effects from nearby allies, excluding itself. And then the target heal that targets one enemy in itself. One ally in itself. I don't like that. And it doesn't have anything really good on its skill 1 either. So it's mostly just this and then the transfer all of your harmful effects from Cha-Cha to the other. If they had Second Awakening in this, Cha-Cha would be a lot better. But Cha-Cha's not good in here. Cha-Cha doesn't have a heal that's beneficial to the full party. Once again, though, if you have Cha-Cha, use it. It might save your life. If you don't have another healer that's dark, use Cha-Cha. That might be the thing that's keeping a lot of people back. If you're not playing Kina as your summoner, the dark one might screw you over. You might have to run full DPS and just hope for the best. The Dark Epicon Priest is not someone I love. I hate the Dark Epicon Priest because of how she was in Summoner War, but they changed her over here. So here, she still has to rely on getting the kill to actually to use her effect. On Summoner's War Sky Arena, she had to get the kill to revive an ally. Here, she has to get the kill to apply a shield. And her skill 3 actually. Sorry, my dog is barking. The skill 3 actually applies defense down, so she has a better chance at getting the kill. But if you have a bunch of other monsters attacking at the same time, she doesn't really have a chance, to be honest. Now, if you can time it and, smack the last bit of HP off of somebody, then yeah. She does also recover HP and then recovers bonus HP if the ally has, or if the target has a beneficial or harmful effect. and then deals damage on the deals damage to the enemies based on the shield, based on if she has a shield. So she has to have a shield from killing something. If she has a shield, then you can use the heal to gain more damage, more DPS. I just don't like her. Like, you see why I don't like her, right? Like, it's not wrong for me not to like her, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad. I don't know. I just don't like the fact that she's who she is. So she's not really a good healer for me. I'd have to go with Basalt all the way. It's Basalt. Basalt does the thing. Basalt is also a knight, so he has that problem with, you know, being the monster that's out in front. But Basalt also has a provoke, and it does take less damage when it has a higher amount of HP over a certain ratio. Stomps to provoke based on defense, and then a recover on skill 1. So those are your choices. When it comes to dark, I'm gonna go ahead and say Basalt's gonna be top. So let's go over this again. For fire, it's gonna be the Epicon Priest, Chloe. For water, it's gonna be the Epicon Priest, Rena. For wind, it's gonna be Rakaja. But if you can get Michelle, I definitely go Michelle because of the revive. For light, it's so bad that all these are Epicon priests unless it's Tion. So you're gonna go with Tion unless you have Epicon priest. That's just that. And the light Epicon priest also has the fact that she can recover HP for nearby allies based on damage she deals to target. We don't know if that's based on, let's see if that's based on her HP or not for that first skill, because if it's not based on HP, then she's not doing that much damage. She has to be built with HP. Let's see. Button, move the button, do the button. Skills. Yeah, no, it's just based on attack damage. So that's not really gonna do much, to be honest. It's not gonna heal as much. Which I guess that's the point of it. Like, it shouldn't be healing like, you know, half their HP or anything like that. But yeah, for the light we have we have Iona as the choice, if unless it's Tion. Like, unless it's one or the other, but you're more than likely gonna have Tion than Iona because you get 3 stars at a higher rate than you get a 4-star in light and dark. And then for the dark, your only choice is Basalt. So Basalt or no go. But if you have if you have Howl or Epicon Priest, I guess you can try to use them. Like I said, I don't like the Epicon Priest, and the Howl I'll just tolerate. But that's pretty much it for this video. This is the top 5 healers based on elements in the 3-star, 4-star range. Thank you guys for watching this video. Also, a little tidbit: if you spend on this game and want to buy anything, buy the battle pass for Annabelle. Gives you Annabelle right off the gate. She's a wonderful healer. She's an amazing healer. What her heal does, it is a cleanse. It's a 1 cleanse heal. So it cleanses 1 dot from each enemy, or 1 harmful effect from each enemy. So that's dots or defense downs, or, you know, unhealable stuff like that. And then it heals, of course, based on her HP. And then she has a defense down that can hit up to 3 times. So it's good. And then her passive also pops in when she awakens. Help me, Teddy, which, oh, sorry, that was the name of her first attack, like way back, I believe, on Sky Arena. But what this does is that whenever an ally is CC'd, it will summon Teddy to remove all allies. To remove all CCs on the target plus itself. So yeah, she's really good. Like, there's no reason you shouldn't be using her, especially for the raids later on. The volcano raid that just recently came out, which I haven't done yet, and it's also good for the White Shadow Castle raid. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. It's been SK. Let me go ahead and switch my thing back because I need to go ahead and start raiding right now. Yeah, thanks for watching. It's been SK, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, gang.